Hello. So it's been a little bit. Sorry about that. Also sorry for this awkward and awful camera angle. We're gonna run through this red light. What the fuck is this green one doing? It's not a stop sign, you dipshit. Hopefully you guys have been good, because I certainly haven't. So for starters, I just got out of taking a test, and well, for the first part, I got like a 46 on, and then there was a written part, which I just started making up answers because I didn't know the answer. And then, other than that, I've had a lot of homework. I still have another quiz to do. I still have 2 other assignments that are due today. I also, in one of my classes, so we have like an online book, and it tells you how long you've been on that website. So when you click off to another window that isn't that website, it won't count you. So just in the website alone, without any other outside sources of me having to Google answers because my teacher doesn't know how to fucking teach, I have a total of 24 hours on that website. So that's really fucking dope, especially because I have a 64 in that class. So that's really cool. Thank you, teacher, for not giving us the information we need until after the assignments are due to complete the homework. That's really fucking great. I also went to go drop that class, but I still can. I just won't get a refund. And I'm like, well, fuck, I'm not wasting $500, $600, $700 just in thin air like that. Like, fuck that shit. And also there's been multiple people who've dropped out of that class already, and it's like 2 weeks in, so that's great. I'm like, damn. But they probably dropped out when you can still get a refund, and I checked the other day and I couldn't get a refund. So that's really stupid. Like, maybe give me a few weeks to like decide if I actually like the fucking, that's like, yeah, give me a week. We're not doing anything the first week of classes anyway. In other news, I finally moved, so there'll be maybe a video or something like that. Maybe, I don't know. When teachers don't know how to and you fail because of that, and they don't understand why the whole, it's not even just me. Like, okay, in that one class I was talking about that I wanted to drop, had it just been me, I would have been like, okay, it's just me, like, you know, whatever. Like, I've emailed the teacher so many times being like, help me with this. And he's like, oh, well, you did it wrong. And I'm like, oh, what the? Taking this turn slow so I don't throw you guys across my vehicle. And other people in that class have emailed him and been like, I'm having issues with this isn't working, you didn't teach us how to do this. So this past week was between a work day, and he actually went over how to do the homework the day it was due. I am like, sir, I don't know if you know, but you have 6 assignments for us to do, and I work tonight. So big ol' fuck you. We're stopped, by the way. So yeah, school's not going great, but what's a school year without multiple mental breakdowns weeks in a row? Thumbnail time! Hopefully one of those was good. Oh, another thing I want to rant about, my boss. He usually only puts out a week's schedule in advance. So like, he'll have this week's schedule and then next week's schedule out. And I was gonna go visit a friend. Okay, before we get to that, my boss also told me that one of our workers on weekends is every other weekend. And so my boss expects me to make my schedule around him. And I'm like, hey, if it works, it works. If not, it's not my fucking fault. You're the boss. Hire more people. Like, I don't really, it's not my problem at this point. So my boss, for some reason, I was gonna take like a weekend off, like not this week, not the weekend after, but the week after that, because I'm like, he doesn't have the schedule out yet. I went to work yesterday, and I was gonna go take it off, and he already has that schedule out. I'm like, okay, when do we start having 2 weeks of schedules out? Like, we haven't done that in so long. Let's not start doing this again. Had I got that weekend off, my coworker would have been there. So I'm like, okay, don't complain to me now that I'm taking time off when one of my coworkers isn't there. It's like, I would have taken that date off, but you already had the schedule out. It's your fault. So we're both not going to be there. And also I'm taking that next week off. So, I'm taking 2 weekends off in a row. I'm like, that kind of sucks for you. Not my problem, not my bucket of fish, not my eggs to fry. I don't really know how that saying goes. It's been a mental breakdown. So there's plenty more where that came from. Had a sip of coffee and now I have to poop.